This is the ultimate broker and realtor calculator. This thing is amazing. You'll love it. Anyways, here's how it works. Okay, so security position in here, you double click, you put in your security details, 123 Harvest Ave, just to give you an idea. Or you could put the person's last names, Smith, John, kind of thing. Okay, so then what you do is, I'm in Calgary, so that's why it says City of Calgary tax assessment, but you could change that to Chicago or whatever. Anyways, so you put in, typically what I've found as a mortgage broker is there is a relationship between how much the city has assessed the properties for and how much they're really worth. And that changes. So what you would do is you go into the second cell here, and you would type in equals, and then you click on the cell above it, you hit the times sign, and then you type in the relationship that it has. So if for every property that is assessed at $100,000, they turn out to be about $110,000. That's a relationship of an extra 10%. So I put in 1.1. That's the relationship. If typically the properties are being assessed at 10% too high, and so a $100,000 assessment really indicates a value of 90%, or sorry, of 90,000, you put in 0.9. Anyways, so you go in here. Let's say a property assesses for $1,200 or $120,000. Hit enter, tells you immediately it's $108,000. Now you can override this if you want. If somebody calls you up and says, you know, my house value is $150,000 and they're certain of it, you just delete the other box there, and there it is, $150,000. Let's say they have a first mortgage of or they have a down payment of 5%. That means they need a first mortgage of 95%. So put in 95 throughout the whole thing. Tells you that they need a new first mortgage of $142,500, or let's say they already have a first mortgage of $50,000. What you would do then is you would don't worry about this first box here because that's useless right here. You go into the second one, and let's say they want a second mortgage going up to 75% of the value of the house. Oops, sorry, I went in the wrong area there. Going 75% of the value of the house. Now what it says, okay, your second mortgage would be $62,500. So you can see that it's got these number signs here. What you do is you go up to the bar, you see the bar, double click on it. Anyways, it tells you, okay, from the first mortgage there's $50,000, but there's actually no proceeds there because they've already got that mortgage out. Anyway, second mortgage, $62,500. That means that there's a total of $112,500 out on the house, which means that if you were to divide this number by the 150, it would end up being 75% advanced. Now, this is where you get your mortgage expenses. So let's say that they've already got the first mortgage, so you don't even worry about the first mortgage expenses. What you do is you go down to the second mortgage expenses, and let's say the lawyer is $1,000, or in some cases $750. The appraisal is $350. The title insurance is $350. Let's say that you want a lender fee of 1% on that. What it will do is it will take 1% times the second mortgage proceeds, which is $600 or $62,500. So what that is 1% times $62,500 is $625. So it adds that into the expenses. Let's say your broker fee is going to be 5%, so you put in a 5 here, and it would be $3,125. It then takes all these numbers, it adds them up, and it says, okay, if you're borrowing $62,500 and you pay all these expenses, you end up with $57,300. But then you say, okay, well, you know, I want to pay out my bank loan number one, and that's $15,000. And then I want to pay out my, you know, this and that, and so on. What it does is it will continue to deduct these, so you can immediately see how much you have left over. Anyways, you can do that for the first, second, third mortgage, and at the end it tells you how much they're going to net from the first mortgage, second mortgage, and third mortgage. The third mortgage is showing a deficit right now because we don't even have a third mortgage in here, so that's why. Anyways, if you have any questions, give me a call or fire me a quick email. Thanks.